Hashtag no music, no intro. Saints Block Party podcast. Training camp underway. It's time. It's time to talk about football. We haven't done an episode since last week. We tried to do episodes sooner. Life was lifing. I was in Texas spending time with my family. Ryan. So shit happens, right? Shit happens. But we are back. We are talking Saints training camp, Irvine. Oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. I'm not going to go on a tangent yet. I want to keep it to all the football news we got to hit. There's a lot. Let me just make sure we get this posted out. I love doing live episodes. Okay, so cool. Got it. Posted out. Thank y'all for joining. We already got 10 concurrent viewers right now, bro. Which may not seem like a lot, but to start the live stream, we good. We good.
It's time.
We have so much to talk about that I actually made an outline just so we don't forget everything. We never do that. We can't think about the last time we done that. Can't remember it. Cam in the chat says, "Am I the only Saints fan that doesn't think Teron is still a top 5 safety?" He isn't, and I'm not going to even get into the Teron CD Deuce debate. I'm staying out of it. I'll just leave it at that. Wait, hold on. Live show at its finest. Had to go get backup headphones. No idea. People come on, Adam. I gotta talk to Sony. Anyway, sorry. Where are we starting?
D said we need a Black and Mild sponsorship. For real. Smoking these things a long time.
Don't know if I can do a Black and Mild sponsorship with my job. Anyway, where are we starting? Saints training camp. We're day 5? So they practiced 4 days last week and then on Saturday they practiced. Sunday was a break. So they practiced 3 days last week on Saturday. Sunday was a break. Today was the first day that pads were on. What's the biggest thing that has stood out to you and all the reports and observations that we have to read and kind of piece together?
Biggest thing, I tell you, coming into today, the biggest question was the offense. Because the first couple of days, offense wasn't doing much. Wasn't doing much in the run game, wasn't doing much in the pass game. Derek Carr was looking like Derek Carr. It just wasn't looking very good. But the last 2 practices, and I really wanted to pay attention today how they do. Looks like the offense starting to, come into its own again, starting to make some plays. Some guys starting to stand out. Just want to see if that, at least be like an ebb and flow because the defense going to win some. You at least want to see the ebb and flow, but you don't want it to just be the defense stifling the offense every
all
day.
The time.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a big thing. Injuries, obviously, is a big part of training camp. Marshawn Lattimore left a couple of days ago. Looks like he has a hip flexor. A couple other players out. Brian Brzee kind of underrated with a foot. He's been out a couple of days. Other big news, Kendra Miller. Him getting injured. Literally the first individual workout in camp. Getting injured, getting a hammy. Ain't seen him since.
I want to be clear. I'm not laughing that Kendra Miller got injured, but it's so, bro. It's so Saints. It's so Saints. And piggybacking off the whole Kendra thing, the fact that he got injured in warm-ups, basically, right? Not 7-on-7, not team, just warm-ups. Jordan Mims, undrafted free agent last year from Fresno State, was a teammate of Jake Haener. I know Captain Terrell tweeted this out a couple of days ago. It kind of goes in line with what I heard. I'll just say it like this. Kendra has not practiced since. I don't know what the timeline is on him being back. However, the longer he stays out, I don't know if I want to say his job spot is in question, but he very quickly may end up running back 4. And if you're running back 4, I don't know how many running back 4s make a team, bro.
Hey, bro. I mean, it's very much a reality. You know what I'm saying? You got to get on the field, bro. Straight up. Like, as a running back, and look, DA already calling him out.
He did.
It's like, bro, and these are not injuries like freak accident injuries. These are like body maintenance, showing you a professional in the NFL type things he's running into. You know what I'm saying? We dealt with it all that. Saints gave him a red carpet. Alvin Kamara on his final year of his deal. No deal in place. Come in, bro. Come in and take that RB1 job. Come and take it. No.
Pause.
Nope. So, and look, it's early. Like, anything can happen. You know, we got a couple of weeks of camp coming up, so we just talk about it. It's just not looking promising. That's all I'm saying.
It's a terrible look, Ryan. It's terrible look. And I think the thing that is the most disappointing is everyone refers to like that Falcons game at the end of the season, and that's just like, you know, that you like all the carries he got, and this is an offense in Clint Kubiak where it's tailor made for him and blah blah. All that is like fine and dandy, but if you can't play, like if you can't stay healthy, you can't play. Like it is as simple as that. If you cannot stay healthy, you can't play. I have been like pounding the table that whoever the odd man out in Denver, whether it be Javonte Williams, whether it be Samaje Perine, like when they're cut, or I don't care. Like if the Saints want to trade a 7th round pick or whatever to Sean, just to ensure that you like go get that person, because if you can't depend on Kendra, and it sounds like it's looking like it's early, but you can't depend on Kendra, then your running back depth is AK, slow ass Jamal Williams, and Jordan Mims, who like he's making plays, but is that one of those things where is he making plays just because he's out there? Or is he making plays because he's good? Like I went back and watched his Fresno State film just because I'm a complete sicko when I got the little birdie in my ear. Yeah, bro, just disgusting.
What's wrong with you?
I know, bro. I need help. And like I was watching this tape and I was like, this nigga slow as hell, and he out there making like. But the run game, like the run game is so crucial because it can hide so many of Derek Carr's flaws. God, so many with the competent run game, play action, blah blah blah. We're not like we don't need to like rehash it, but it's anyway. So the Kendra thing, low key, it's like it's hilarious. It's hilarious just because of the circumstance. It's not hilarious because he's hurt. The offensive line, you talked about it. Sound like those first couple of practices, Penning was out there looking, I don't know. And then you got Nick Salaverde today. He left practice early, a.k.a. Salsa Verde. I've been keeping an eye out on these offensive line, like journeymen that seems to have been signing, bruh. I don't know this, but I would just not be surprised if they're trying to find anyone who maybe could give you at least okay snaps at like right tackle if they feel like Penning can't go at right tackle the rest of the season. And Lucas Patrick looks like he might be like he's in the mix for that left guard spot because Nick Salaverde's hurt. So I don't know.
Look, Landon Young getting a lot of snaps. It's like they're trying to figure out the right combination, bro. Like they don't know yet. It's a complete unknown. This offensive line is going to be a mystery probably until week 1, bro. We don't know how it's going to work out. Look, Trevor Penning, it's just going to be a work in progress. You know, like from what I hear today, he did pretty okay. You know what I'm saying? Like he's, you know, and I listened to his interview. He sounded like he's in the right mind space. You know, he talked about talked about being okay with making mistakes because he said like the last year or two he was like really, really hard on himself and really like trying to be careful and all that stuff. Just go out there and play, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're going to mess up here and there, but just go out there and play. Talked about how Tyrann Armstead is like mentor to him. He went to that oil mines training and stuff like that, which is just crazy.
He's trying, bro.
Just to think about.
He's trying.
Yeah.
It might not work out, but you
it might not work out, but he's trying, you know?
Yeah.
You ever see that kid like park football, you just see that kid is just trash, but he out there trying. He getting it in, but like, boy, you just ain't got it, you just can't play. And I'm not ready to say that about Trevor Penning. I'm not ready to say he just can't play. I'm not ready to say that. But he got to prove it, you know, and they're going to give him a chance. They're giving him a chance. They're giving him the runway to prove it. So it's going to be completely up to him.
It is.
To do that.
Can we? I will like the Eric McCoy comment on first round pick Fuaga, like it being like he's the best rookie offensive lineman he's ever he's seen since he's been on the team. It's encouraging, man. Like it's funny because like all the attention's on Trevor Penning, and it's just like
it's like got a whole rookie right there.
Yeah, a rookie at left tackle, bro. It is
first time playing left tackle in years. Is like. But like I watch him, I have the clips I can find. I watch, and I'm like, man, he just looks like he belongs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Sometimes you could just see players and they be like, damn, that looks like a dude that just know what he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not going to be perfect. He's just going to have his lumps, but I think he's going to be able to figure out at least how to get by at left tackle this year. You know what I'm
saying? There's a part. I mean, I don't know. It's so funny because I would have such a different feeling about this O-line if they took Fuaga, they kept him at right tackle. If Andres Pete wanted to come back, because he did not. No, there was no amount of money that Pete
man getting $2 million, bro. $2 million.
I can't emphasize how like little of a story that was. That Andres Pete, a punching bag to Saints fans, Saints Twitter for years. This man endured it, took it on the chin. His last season was probably one of his best seasons, and they was ready to get rid of him. And after that season, he said, "I don't want to be here no more. Not because of the fans. I just don't want to be coached by." It's wild, bro. That's wild. But if he had stayed, please, if he had stayed, then he would potentially be at left tackle. Maybe you move Trevor Penning to maybe to guard. I don't know. I just have a different feeling overall about the line, and right now it's a big question mark. It's a huge question mark. And what's crazy to me is like you've invested 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. That's not even including Ryan Ramczyk into the offensive line, and it's still a question mark.
Hey. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen.
Can we get a Brian De La Puente in this bitch? Like
we used to just find guys. Remember that? Like
Brian De La Puente.
Put him in a hearse, just come out of nowhere.
Sorry, this is a late call to action, but if you are watching this on YouTube, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, become subscribe on YouTube.
Hit that like button, man. We're trying to get that algorithm, baby.
Trying to get it up. Not so much pause. We have 27 concurrent viewers going right now.
Ooh.
That's football season. Football. Oh, we got a lot. There's a lot we got to catch up to. Someone said that Mickey Loomis shut off your Wi-Fi. That's why you had to. That's why you went black when you had to restart. Nothing. Just get them out of there. Let's see. Cam said my job isn't watching. I'm not worried about what my job watches. I'm worried about the people I work with and what they may say. That's always been the thing. I don't give. My job's not watching. It's always the people that I interact with. Demon Tom Slime says, is AK going to get paid? According to Alt Breer, there's a contract on the table, which if he hasn't signed it, that kind of gives you an impression of where that contract is. Like, it's not good enough.
Right. Exactly.
A few weeks ago, I heard and was told the sticking point was the length of years, a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. I don't know what contract's on the table. I don't know if that's still a sticking point. It was a couple of weeks ago. So who knows? I'll say this though, and I texted this to Ryan when just talking about Kendre. If he can't get back on the field soon, you wonder at some point, does having people go back? So y'all really gonna depend on this thing? Like y'all not going up the offer? Y'all just gonna okay? You know, all right.
Because the AK out there.
Like he's not like it's a completely different situation. I want to be mindful of that, but he's not doing the thing that like Jamar Chase is doing. He's not doing what CeeDee Lamb's doing. Where like Jamar Chase is at training camp. Jamar Chase ain't doing a single goddamn drill until he get paid, bro. Which I understand. Like I'm not faulting him for doing it.
No.
AK is out there full steam ahead, even with the contract issue lingering. You remember the Sean, like when there was an issue with Sean Payton, bro, and then the reports came out that the Saints may trade AK and blah, blah, blah. And like a couple weeks later, like the extension happened. It's just posturing, bro. Just posturing.
Posturing, man. That's all it is.
Cam said Alante looking meh. Hopefully he picks it up. I don't like, what is that based off on though? Like we can't, I need to see it. Like, that's my thing. Like, I want to, well, that's a whole nother thing. We'll get into that. Mills about to steal that spot, huh? Depends on Kendre. Who that Chris said Kendre sat on the couch for 5 months. I bet you Kendre and Peyton Turner and Marcus Davenport would be like amazing friends, bro. Like nice little click, bro.
Because like even in minicamp and OTAs, you know, Kendre, I didn't hear much about. I mean, when I hear Kendre wasn't doing much there either. So, you know, that's
Cam W. So this is something that's been on my radar. Cam W said, "Is Rattler as good as Olave says, or he just trying to get rid of Carr? Why not both?
Why not
both? It has. I was going to ask you this. It's like, man, I'm like, Ryan, am I reading too much into this? Like, am I reading too much into this? The last 2 weeks, maybe it's been longer than that. Chris Olave, and you could just say like, oh, he's just hyping up his backup quarterback as his teammate. It feels different, bro. Like when he talk about Spencer Rattler, bro, like he get like a little twinkle in his eye, like just
man. Just putting it out there.
It's like he put out a message to like Clint and to like DA, like, I'm just saying.
That arm though.
Dane said, never seen Olave so excited when talking about Rattler. A bell comes over when he talks about Carr. He does, but it's like a mask. Like,
yeah, you know, he's
got the hand going down, bro.
Like, yeah, good leader. He, you know, runs the offense really well. It's just phoning it in, bro. Just going straight to that, like, that pre-scripted, you know, like when you call a call center and they got that little pre-script that they got to read.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I worked on it for years, bro. Very familiar. Demon Time Slime said,
when I collected that. We took to collect the debt.
When I seen him throw that ball, and he quoted and said, Olave said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What else? We got to talk about this is like we're going all over with this podcast, talking about the good, talking about the we get going all over. But one thing that definitely has been a story has been the play of undrafted free agent from Yale last year, Mason Tipton, or as our dude Joey P said, hashtag just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip in, bro. I mean, every day he's been making plays, bro. Every day. He got long speed. He got quick speed. He's not a big player, but he's shifty. He beating up corners.
I know you're not doing this on purpose, but the hashtag and the way you're explaining, like you're talking about him, is like perfect. Long speed, deep speed.
beating up and beat it up. Beat. We gonna see, bro. Like we gonna see.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen plenty of years where player X has been lighting up training camp, catching everything. Then come preseason, it's like
we done seen it.
Yeah.
What was it? Santavius? It was a real Negroish name. I can't remember his last name. They went to San Diego and practiced with Drew Brees.
Tavius, Emmanuel Butler.
Yep.
Just all kind of guys come through the years. You just like, where they at? Then on the flip side, some guys you don't be hearing about nothing during training camp reports. They come to game, it's like, man, who's this guy catching everything?
Right.
Like, who?
Yes.
So we'll see. But I will say, just seeing the skill set of this kid, seeing what he's been doing every day, it looks promising. It looks promising. It's just something to keep track of, as we go, especially when we get into the training camp with the 49ers, see how he does there against opponents, see how he does in the preseason game. That's what we're really going to see.
I do, Mark.
Right now, like, after Olave been lighting it up all camp. Olave has looked good, pristine.
Yes.
We know what Olave is. He's looked good all camp. He doing his thing still. But after that, it's like
wide open, bro.
Somebody stand up. A.T. Perry, where you at, bro?
Bub
me. Every time I read, he dropping a pass or something. It's like,
what did I do? Call him in the Discord? Equilateral St. Brown, like
Equimax,
Equifax. There's opportunities after the first, after Olave and Shaheed. And let's be real, like Shaheed, his first two seasons, there's been like a portion of time where he's gotten hurt, he's gotten dinged up, where he's missed time. Mm-hmm. So like the depth at wide receiver, Tipton being a pleasant surprise is great, right? It's a great thing. It's what so I'm going to, as I mentioned in the pod, I'm going to the San Fran game, Saints preseason week 2. I'm going to see all the players up close, bro. Like close. Like that is a player, my eye's going to be transfixed on. Penning, I'm going to be transfixed on. I would say Kendre. I don't know if Kendre might not even be playing there right now, bro.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, bro. That game is August 18th. You were saying that he's going to not play in 20 days? 20 days.
I put money on it, bro. I put money on it. Hammy?
Yeah, Hammy's not good. Shaheed, Deontay, Brendan Coleman, Colson. We always get a good undrafted free agent late round guy. Yes, but the person that used to find that talent now works for the Broncos. Just FYI.
And and them who is that possession guy? You know what I'm saying? Who is that guy? Third and 7 that's just going to get up in there, mix it up with the DBs, make a tough catch. Taysom Hill, like every time I look at clips, Taysom Hill, he's catching a lot of the little short and intermediate stuff. I mean, is he going to be that guy at the tight end? Is it
Holker? Like that one super underrated thing. And I feel like the Saints media haven't even really talked. It's like Holker has been primarily tight end 1 with the first team offense since mini camp, bro. Camp.
Man. It's crazy.
We could talk about we just talked about the scout that found a lot of the undrafted talent now in Denver, but potential, and we have no idea how good, if good, whatever. But the fact that you may have your starting tight end as an undrafted free agent, one that actually lived up to the hype, because there's been a lot of undrafted free agent tight ends that's come around and has not panned out to anything. That's impressive. It
is. We'll see how it works out for him, but we need it because that tight end run, boys.
It's Holker, it's Michael Jacobson, it's Juwan Johnson, and it is Foster Moreau. That is the tight end room. Let's see. KB 504 says, "Can't believe we passed up on Spears for Miller." Shaking my head. Here's the thing. I don't fault them so much for passing on Spears because he literally didn't have any cartilage in his knees. But then if you use that reason and for you to then just draft a player that also was coming off an injury, because Spears wasn't coming off an injury. He just had bad medicals. And as time has played out, even though it's just a season, now Kendra looks like to be the one who has the injury issues, and Tajay Spears looks fine as he did in college.
Right.
Then it looks like a bad look. And I know our dude Dan, like that was our dude Dan, co-host of the Saint City and Me podcast. Like that was his draft day. Like we were at what's the Mexican place? Superior Grill. When the Saints passed on Tajay for Kendra, and it just one. And I'm not writing Kendra off. I'm just saying it doesn't look great. No cap, no filter. Saint says I thought Carter could be our Matt. After that Dobbs loss, I realized Carter ate Matt. And, Matt Stafford. Oh, whoa, and Mick and Da ate McVay. You realize that after that game? got some. You can go back to one of our early podcast episodes we had to do where people in Saints Twitter didn't want to trade a first round pick for Matthew Stafford, and it was idiotic then. Man just got an extension, got paid, and won a Super Bowl.
But was ready to trade the phone for Deshaun Watson.
Anyway,
Ooh.
CEO we be talking about Jamar Chase holdout right now, bro. We be talking about the Saints. I swear to God. Forgot Juwan was even on the team. I think the Saints forgot he was on the team in minicamp, if I'm being honest. I kept asking, where's Juwan?
Where's Juwan, man?
Where's Juwan? Juwan a man? Juwan a job? I kept asking. Then as soon as I start, I literally asked it the day before. Like I asked on Twitter, I was like, "Is Juwan Johnson gonna make the team?" Next day, he had foot surgery. Okay, all right, cool. What else? What else are we talking about? Tipton. Let's talk about the defense a little bit. Before we talk about the defense, I'm sorry. We talked about Spencer Rattler. We talked about some things that we wanted to see in training camp, and one of our episodes that we did is like the growth from Rattler, right? From his struggles in rookie mini camp, OTAs, mandatory mini camp to training camp. It's early, but sounds like he had a good practice on Saturday. He got time with the first team. He made that 44-yard touchdown to Mason Tipton, hashtag just the tip. But the other backup quarterback, Jake Haener, news comes out, skin cancer. Skin cancer. It's like you said, if there's anything that is life-threatening, maybe we should just go get checked out by the Saints doctors, like premature, bro, because they may find some shit that might save my life. Now, if I'm hurt already, absolutely not.
You got a little bone fracture or something? Get on out there, buddy.
But what is it like? Heart. You're about to have heart failure. If you got some type of cancer, the Saints doctors are on top of it. Jake Haener diagnosed with skin cancer. He wants to go through the process of going through treatment. But what I heard is that he wants to play through it.
Bro, ain't no toughing out cancer, bro. Like, get your treatment, bro. Like, do what you got to do. But I get it, man. Like, he fighting for his football life. Sound like he's been pretty good throughout camp. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing he's been aggressive, throwing downfield. And look, if you look at like the splits of throws and completions and stuff like that, it looks like him and Rattler are getting about an even amount of time. So it's interesting. It's a real battle. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but, we rooting for Rattler, because he has so much talent. But, shoot, man, I don't have no dog in the hunt, man. I just want somebody to beat out Cole.
Anybody, somebody. Beat out Cole. Help me. Our dude Whitewell said he trying to pull that Foster Monroe. Dante said the Saints won't let you die, but they may kill you. All right. D asks, are we stopping the run this year?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think a lot of that will depend on Brian Bressy's health, his growth, and I still get a feeling Christian Boyd's going to be an impact this season, man. Like, even if it's just being in there on the early downs and just, remember like Tyler Stallworth, just a guy that just helped with the O-line or some of the defensive line and the run game. I still think Boyd could be a factor. And he's the type of player that even when training camp's going on, unless it's in the past, like you can't see like what his impact is.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's major key though. Them stopping the run is like, whew, because it was bad last year. It was like bad.
We were at that Bears game.
Moved.
We were at the Bears game. We were at the Texans game, and that shit looked ugly. Ugly. Oh, I was at the Rams game. It wasn't great that game either. Like it's been a concern. It has been a concern. Let's see what else the chat's saying. If you got a high ankle sprain, they can't help you, but they're gonna help you catch that cancer. Amen. And in reverse to D's question is: Are we going to run the ball at all this year?
I mean,
now will they be successful running the ball?
We'll see. I mean, that comes back to the question about the offensive line. Offensive line, who's going to be the running back? Well, we know it's going to be the number one, but who's going to be two? But it's really comes back to the offensive line. And, even Penny talked about how, which everybody's saying, hey, the scheme fits me. This is the perfect scheme for me, da-da-da-da-da.
Blah, blah, blah.
Athletic, you move laterally, da-da-da. All that sounds good, but we just need to see it. And sounds like they've been having some good runs the past 2 days. They had some good runs today in padded practice. But it's going to be one of them things. Just got to see, man. But they are going to try to run the ball this year for sure. That. This is Clint Kubiak. You know what I'm saying? This is a Kubiak. They will run the ball. They will run the ball. It's not a question of if. They will.
They will. Mark said, I want to be positive so bad, but I think the offensive line is going to be cheeks. So I'll say this, and to give some optimism. If you just go to those, and I did this with Clint Kubiak becoming an offensive coordinator. I went back to Gary Kubiak's offensive lines he had in Houston. I went back, looked at the Niners offensive lines historically, and those lines have like one dude, like one top five-ish dude, usually at left tackle. But mostly, like, the rest of the 4 other players on O-line were just, like, guys. Like, they were just guys. The reason that they were so successful is that the coaching did what it needed to do, and it had those players play and do their job well enough that they didn't have to have a ton of talent scattered throughout the offensive line. And the Saints is so crazy because it's, like, been an inverse of that, where inverse, but like in terms of draft capital, this Saints offensive line is draft capital wise has more invested in it than any of the Niners offensive lines, any of those Texans offensive lines. And I would hope, that you could coach up this talent. I'm not even saying be top 5, but could you be, I don't know, top 15, top 18, like something.
Yeah, just be fine. And look, I mean, even last year, they weren't good in the run game at all. But in pass pro, it started off really rough.
Yes,
but it got better. It got better as the season went along. So they just got to get better in the run game, man. They got to get better in the run game, and it comes back to scheme. They ran the lowest amount of play action passes last year, even though Derek Carr was real effective out of it. They're going to run a ton of it this year. Like it's just, it's embedded into the philosophy of the offense. So it's going to be play action under center, a lot of motion,
rollouts,
all that stuff.
Legs,
so all that helps the offensive line. So I think it's going to be. I think it should be fine. It should be okay. How good it's going to be? Is it going to be like a weapon, or like we had in the past, where the offensive line was like one of the premier units of the team? I doubt that. Not going to happen this year. But can it be fine? I think it can. I think it can be a fine offensive line.
Right. And we talked about this a little bit in the Discord. For this offensive line to like get its bearings, right? I cannot think of this is getting a little way ahead, but I don't want to discount Derek Brown. I don't want to discount Jadeveon Clowney because those are talented players. But in theory, this offensive line should be able to at least be okay against the Panthers week 1. It could be okay because that's the thing about this team and this schedule. We're going to find out real quick. Real quick. Because after week 1, week 2, you got Booty Bandit. Week 3, you got, and I know the Eagles' offensive line wasn't great. They took a huge nosedive and regressed to the mean and what have you after their Super Bowl run. But they still got a lot of talent spread throughout that defensive line. Jalen Carter, Brandon Ingram.
Zach Bone. They making plays in camp, boy.
Okay. I'm going to preface this statement by I'm saying I'm not wishing this to happen. I'm not wishing this on a player. One of the most ironic, insane things would be in week 3 if Zach Bond beats, I don't know, Penning or beats Fuaga on a pass rush. It's nasty, bro. He did against Panay, bro. Just ooh, right? And just he sacks Derek Carr so hard and just knocks him out for the season. Wouldn't that be some shit, bro? The one thing they didn't have that man do his entire career, and the Eagles have him do it against us. Again, I'm not wishing that to happen. I'm just saying it would be ironic as hell.
Ironic as hell, man.
But they're going to find out. We're going to find out really quickly, how good the offensive line is, and it's going to be trial by fire, bro. So it's figure it out. Let's see what else. How bad is the Saints off? Oh, Joe, we kind of talked about this. He said, "How bad is the Saints off?" We are talking about this. D said, "Carr, my bad all season." Dante said, "Have we heard anything from defensive tackle Christian Boyd?" We haven't, but also today was the first day in pads. I don't know how much we're going to hear from a player like that just because of the position.
He's a player you just got to keep an eye on in preseason games.
Yes,
just to see how he does. So see how his leverage is and stuff like that. But I did see Albrecht mention him in his article today. So,
he did.
Whatever that means.
Sherm said, "Is DA running a 3 linebacker or 2 linebacker concept? If so, which linebacker gets most playing time, Werner or Gay?" So I think, it is. I think unless the plans change, we talked about this on the pod, they really do want to get all 3 linebackers on the field. And it sounds like if 3 linebackers are on the field, that they want Warner and Gay to be the off-ball linebackers and maybe use DeMario as a blitzer on, I'm guessing, downs where that's needed, right? Willie Gay started off training camp making a lot of plays. Just, our dude, Scott Boschka of Field Vision, talked about Willie Gay. He's talking that the Saints made a great signing in Willie Gay coming from the Chiefs. And then Warner's kind of come back, and the Gay signing was good. I don't need to, I don't need to talk about it anymore. I don't need to see more of it. It's the signing was good. And if healthy, the Saints linebackers should be a strength of the team, assuming that the regression of Pete Warner does not continue.
Right. Exactly. And that's a promising thing. And look, DA talked about Willie Gay today. Basically, his only issue right now is learning the defense. Not that he's not learning it, but, just takes time to learn all the ins and outs of playing linebacker for the Saints and all the calls and all that stuff. So he's still trying to catch up. Pete Werner knows all defense, so he has no problem. So he's coming in. It's a real battle. It's a real battle. But I think regardless of what happens, you're going to see them 2 on the field. If not together, you're going to see them switch around because they both have different skill sets. Willie Gay, he's good in coverage. He's good at blitzing. Werner, he was good against the run when he was good. When his good season, he was really good against the run. He was good, pretty good against the pass. So, man, I think if it all works out, Saints got some linebackers. There you got Jalen Ford. He's making some plays. They got some guys, bro. They got some guys in the linebacker room. So, that's promising.
It is extremely, extremely promising. Someone asked us earlier. I scrolled. I didn't see who it was. Basically, was asking besides I guess it was like besides Tehran, like from Honey Badger's play, like how the safeties have been looking in training camp. I haven't really heard a lot.
No, I haven't heard much
about them, to be honest. I
saw
will
Howard
say
made a pick. I heard Will Harris, the veteran safety, played with Detroit. He started with Detroit for a while. Heard he's been, looking good. I think the Saints DA just taking the approach. They want just smart professional guys at safety. Like they're not. I think what's his name? What's the safety that was with the Raiders? John Abrams. John Abrams.
Yeah.
He's been playing a lot in base, coming downhill and stuff like that. They just want good, smart guys that, that are in the right position and stuff like that. So I think we're not going to hear much about camp, like big plays happening or nothing like that, but guys that are just in the right spot.
Araneka says, how bad do you think Marshawn injury is? Is it concerning? I mean, it's concerning no, but it's not. It's probably not the best, right?
No, yeah. I mean, it's not the best for him right now. It's not the best because, I mean, he's missed about 17 games the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed part of OTAs. Came back towards the end, and then started camp, gets hurt with a hip flexor. And hip flexor could be anything. I was looking it up. It could be anywhere from 1 week to 6 weeks. DA made a weird comment today, he's not losing any sleep about Marshawn Lattimore or something like that. I was like, that's a weird thing to say. But basically he was saying, it's going to be some time until Marshawn Lattimore get back. So,
right.
And look, the problem is the Saints are getting plenty of experience without Marshawn Lattimore. They're living life without Marshawn Lattimore. And when you do that, it's kind of like somebody won't make a call.
Yep. Kool-Aid's gotten a lot of snaps in first team, which is good because he needed them, right? He missed pretty much all of everything.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Can I say this? I don't know if I can say this yet. I'll hold off on it. I don't know if I can say it yet. But yeah, I'll leave the Marshawn. Not to say all I'll say is that within the last 2 months, the Saints got an offer for him that they declined. Now, kind of to Ryan's point, and this is not any inside knowledge and I'm not saying that it's coming from anywhere. But to your point, right? If you see that, whether it's right or wrong, but if you see that your star corners continue to be injured, you've made plans of how to kind of get by with him being injured. It may change your perception of, okay, do we make the trade or do we keep him, right? I still go in the mindset of, one, if he has a hip flexor, it already goes into the narrative that the Saints have already built that he's not healthy. So then you're driving the price down to what you may get for him. And then two, DA's so much on the hot seat, bruh. Like, the most idiotic thing to do when you're already on the hot seat is be like, all right, let me trade the start corner. Because that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Eddie the Don said Debo can be cornerback 1. I don't think he can. Do not think he can. I like Paulson and Debo. I do. I like him a lot. I do not, until he shows me otherwise, I do not think he is a just true number 1 corner. You can put him on the other team's best wide receiver and you don't have to worry about it. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Prove me different.
I'm not there yet. But he's approaching it like he can be. He said in the presser that that's what he's aiming for. And he's getting the opportunity. And back to Kool-Aid, one thing I've liked about, from what I'm hearing about Kool-Aid is he's as advertised. You know what I'm saying? at Alabama, super experienced playing outside perimeter, technician, does his job. That's what he's been doing in camp, man. Just to say he hasn't gotten any, snaps in the offseason, he's just come in and does his job. Had a few hiccups there, might get beat here and beat there, which happens, but it's usually like a blown coverage or something, like a miscommunication where he's trying to, but he's not just getting outright flamed and torched, constantly. So, that's been a positive to hear about Kool-Aid. And I saw a couple snaps from Alante. I was like, ugh. This nickel thing, we're just going to see how this work out, bro. But the fact that Kool-Aid is getting all the outside snaps just tells me it's Alante's job in the nickel. Like, it is his job.
Right. It does, because you would think that they would be like rotating if that was like a competition. Right. Now, maybe when Marshawn gets back, that becomes more of a competition, but who knows? What else was there? Yeah, we are. Oh, sticking with the defense. Chase Young. Huge thing that came out there. Chase Young, looked healthy today, according to all reports. Made some plays.
Bruh, like, if you go watch any clip of him, he just looked different. Like,
bro.
You see the why, like, somebody like him would go number 2 overall. You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
Like, okay, this dude built different. Like, I know he hasn't had the career that everybody expected and stuff like that, but still, the reasons that he got drafted that high still there. You know what I'm saying?
It's like very similar to Clowney, right? Like, he kept getting contract. He kept getting paid because it's like, and you can make the argument that he didn't live up to that billing until this past season with the Ravens, like, completely, right? We've seen some glimpses, we've seen some flashes from Clowney, but I think Chase Young is that same prism of that.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's promising. Apparently, like, he got cleared on July 22nd, and the Saints just kind of said, look, let's just ramp him up slowly. And he's on a slow ramp up. Today, they let him loose, had the pads on. He bull rushing. They say he bull rushed, landed Young almost into the quarterback, just showing that strength and power. I'm here for it, bro. Like, they need it. Like, if he can be that dude and just be, like, good to really good, I mean, it helps this defense so much.
Well, like, as long as you get something from Chase Young, like, I am not. Justin said also Chase Young is still only 25, which is very wild. I'm not banking or counting on anything from Peyton Turner as a Foskey. You could talk about what they did in training camp. I do not care until I see it on the field. I don't care. I don't, Ryan.
Who?
Truly.
But Peyton Turner did get a sack today. I'll say. But he got a sack off the Chase Young bull rush. So I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mr. Cleanup Man.
Cleanup Man. And that's all right. I'll take a little cleanup. I'll take it. Foskey, I ain't hear nothing about Foskey. Nothing about Foskey. I ain't hear nothing, bro. Like, it's nothing. Like, no, not to mention. Like, bro.
You mean the exact same thing that we didn't hear last season as well, right? But fucking our dude I'm blanking on his name from the defensive coordinator that came with our podcast, or defensive help. Cody Alexander did a whole breakdown of Brian Branch and the Lions defense recently, but that's what we got. Eddie asked, will they play him in the preseason, referring to Chase Young? I think especially because of his conditioning last year, I think you have to. I think you have to play him in the preseason. Plus, he didn't he had the neck surgery, so he wasn't doing anything football related for so he gotta. Can we all just really quickly, like, he got cleared on July 22nd. He's out there making an impact, and Marcus Davenport still, like, is he still on PUP, bro? I think Marcus Davenport's still on PUP, bro.
Still on PUP, man. No.
If only, like, God bless me to be, like grown, or just, like, grown up to be, like, a huge just athlete.
Oh, man.
Still in check, bro. Still in check.
Still in money.
No, that's Peyton Turner with his youth football camp. All right. Stupid dude woke up on PUP. That's referring to Marcus Down. That's assuming that he woke up. I think we hit on it all. One thing I didn't put on our list was Mike Orstein.
Yeah,
passed away. Was
Arnie
part of the Saints and them coming to prominence? It was like a right hand man of Sean.
Oh yeah, get it done, guy. He's get it done. Just when
just go do it.
But he was apparently just super well known around the league, man. Like the league office, NFL teams, agents, coaches, everybody was just like
everybody, man.
Mike Thomas wrote a big long passage about him.
Man.
He was just worked with Reggie Bush when Reggie Bush was coming out in the draft. His name pops up a lot around Bountygate. I still go with the theory that I'm not saying he was the whole reason, but I think part of the reason the Saints got targeted by that Bountygate thing was because of Ornstein, because the league had sued him.
That's right.
After the Super Bowl,
yeah.
Because he was selling like fake NFL merchandise, something like that. I don't know.
Forgot all about that.
Just
my team though.
That's my team though. Always some shit.
Speaking of Michael Thomas, someone asked in the chat, do y'all think Michael Thomas sorry. So a Raiders fan came in here and said, trade Marshawn Lattimore for Nate Hobbs, who's still on a rookie contract or whatever. And I was going to respond to it. And Mark deleted the chat and booted the person out and said, out of here.
Get your ass out of here.
I do think Mike Thomas will be signed, but I will say this: like we're like a week into training camp, so it's still early. But as training camp goes on longer, man, it makes it. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. I don't know.
It's crazy that he's not signed right now.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is.
I don't know where he is health wise and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. All right, so we've gone 55 minutes. I haven't brought this up yet. Before I dive into the second part, if you are a Southern California Saints fan, our dudes John Hendricks and Ross Jackson are doing a live show in Fullerton on August 8th for their podcast, Second and Saints. Don't know the time yet, but all I want to say, and I will be there. I just won't be. I will be there 100%. But if you're a Southern California Saints fan, you're in LA, you're in Orange County, wherever, August 8th, a flyer is coming out for it that John Hendricks is gonna post and Ross Jackson will post. I just want to see something. I just want to see something, Ryan. I just want to see something with this little live show in Southern California. Just want to see something.
You telling me John Hendricks and Ross doing more fan engagement than the goddamn Saints?
This nigga
makes
right?
sense to me, bro.
This nigga right here. It's time for me to talk about this shit right here. The New Orleans Saints is the only team in the NFL. And we've talked about this. This has been on our fucking radar for months, that are not allowing fans at training camp. They're doing 2 practices in August in New Orleans, but their stint being here in Southern California, in Irvine, not a single practice is open. The Raiders, who the Chargers and the Rams did not even want them to be able to have fans at their training camp practices, because Raiders fans in Southern California, all of California are Raiders fans. Not all. A lot of it is. They didn't want the Raiders to have fans there. The Raiders are able to have, I believe, I was told, 200-ish fans at their training camp. 200. Okay. Fans or practices are closed to the fans. which in theory you would be like, oh, okay, well then the media, maybe the Saints would change the rules so the media could, tweet out things, have some live tweets of training camp practice that's going on. Nope. Closed. So the media is not allowed to tweet out anything regarding the team until after practice is over.
Yep.
No fans are there. It has been so on my radar because I'm like, this is weird. This does not feel like the age of Twitter and getting training camp updates from your team. We've lived it from the Saints perspective, so we know what it looks like. Yeah. You said it perfectly, bro. That the Twitter account 32 beat writers or 32 beat reporters, bro, they can't tweet out nothing about the Saints, bro. Nothing.
It's a black hole.
Not only that, it has been so on my radar that everything that the Saints Twitter account has put out, you talk about production. You talk about shit that look glossy, nigga. I do photography as a side gig, nigga. I know what it means to fucking edit and make your shit look good. That not a one single live clip, bro. But if it is a live clip, like, bro, they put QB1, bro. It was Derek Carr, like, doing a 3-yard, 4-yard pass to Taysom Hill, bro.
Slow motion, just like propaganda, man.
Mickey, I tweeted this. Mickey Loomis is running the Saints like a Soviet state, bro.
Yeah, bro. North Korea, bro.
It's insane. And I've gone. It's been my mission, bro. Every time anyone tweets, "Oh, the fan engagement at training," I'm on their ass. I am going to tweet it all training camp. Is it going to change anything? Probably not. But for Mickey Loomis to come out and say the shit that he said, like, oh, it's Southern California, we didn't think we'd get a lot of fans there anyway. There have been so many people in our mentions.
Oh, my God. So many. Shout out to Rod Walker with Times-Picayune, NOLA.com. He put out an article today, and in it was a quote from, a Saints fan out in Southern California. Like, man, he's like, hey, there's tons of us out there. He's like, he was excited when he heard the Saints coming out there, like most Saints fans would be that live out there, like, oh, I finally get to see my team in training camp. Sweet. Only to find out, nope, not allowed.
Here's a quote. Are you kidding me? Phillips remembers, this is from Ron Walker's article, remembers thinking when he heard the Saints were headed to California. I was stoked. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't wait to go. Then I started hearing the news that fans probably wouldn't get to go. It was awful because there are so many Saints fans here because there are so many transplants. So instead of making his way to the campus of UC Irvine, Phillips has had to keep up with how his favorite team is doing on social media and online, and he can't even really keep up with it done in real time.
In real time. Gotta go after the fact.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. All the little head coaches signing like autographs at other training camps and players and this is where the team has come. I've also heard, and I feel like maybe I can say this, is that the way that the Saints are currently handling things may not be, maybe people who work for the Saints, not everyone might not be in favor of it.
So they know. I believe that. It's just bad business, man. I don't know. It's just bad business. I don't like it at all. Don't like it at all. Like, what are we doing here?
Like, are we really that scared? Or like, are we?
I was laughing at your tweet because in that Rod Walker article, like a bunch of Saints players, like, man, we miss the fans. We love to hear the fans and give you that extra energy. Is like, talk to Mickey Loomis, bro. Change that right now. Like, they could put out, like, I bet you if the Saints put out a message, like, literally tonight saying, hey, Saints fans in Southern California, come to practice tomorrow. There'll be a line out front. Short notice and all. Bet you there'll be a line out front.
Ain't gonna happen, bro. It's just, I just can't get over the fact of, and I have to go back to see, like, when was the last time an NFL team, like, didn't allow, and I'm not counting the two in fucking New Orleans. I'm not. Like, that's fucking performative. Don't fucking try to play me.
I think it's during the week too.
Yes, it is. One of them's like on a Tuesday. You know why? Because I was going to see if I could fly out there to go to it.
I was going to see if I can go. I was like, oh shit, it was on a weekend. I'm gonna go hit up the one because I love going to the one at Tulane Stadium and all that. Nope, can't go.
Nigga, on a Tuesday. Just the mindset is that if this is coming from the GM of the football team, he thinks this is a great idea to keep fans away from the Saints during practice. And we know why, bro. We saw it the first goddamn play in training camp. Derek Carr's first pass was an interception to Demario Davis.
Lit him up. Even today, on me, it's on me, bro. It's on me, Shaheed. Light him up, bro.
Shaheed be Kool-Aid, bro. Like, and the crazy thing is, I watched it, I was like, damn, like Kool-Aid's coverage was actually pretty good. Like Shaheed's speed just got him right. Like he's there,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Derek Carr,
like, it's just Derek Carr, man.
That's why, bro. That's why, like, because. We don't care if we live in New Orleans or we from New Orleans, but we a Saints fan, we gonna let you know how we feel, bro. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Boo. Boo.
So
we've gone from that to like I just can't shake it that's where the mindset is and that's what the feelings are, and yet. Like you logically think this team is going to be well equipped to go into Dallas week 2, going to Kansas City and KC. When I'm watching fucking passes that Patrick Mahomes throws that I tweeted you, I was like, man, some of these throws goddamn ridiculous, bro. This man went to the Alps to train sprinting at altitude, bro. But we can't have Southern California fans at Saints training camp. All right, cool. Let's see. Jay Sean said that wasn't even posted to credit the defense. They really want to try to make it seem like Derek Carr out there slinging that motherfucker. I'm like, no, he's ass. Ass. Where's Tyler at?
That's on me, bro. I know.
We know, bro. I want to give credit to Matthew, but that clip might be used so many times this season, Ryan.
Oh man. And Coach Ryan, bro, because probably last year he probably would have screamed at Shaheed or something.
We watching, nigga.
Yeah, we watching.
Could you imagine if they had Hard Knocks this year? Please no.
Oh.
I mean, I would not hate it, because it would have been a lot more work. But just to see some of that shit, bro, like,
oh man, we'd be the laughing stock, bro. Embarrassing.
How much leeway is Carr getting this season? This question came in a podcast episode before. Like, it's hard to answer that. It's hard to answer that. Like I still get a feeling like it got to be bad. The only thing I think would maybe change it is that you have a different person at offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, and if Clint Kubiak go into DA's offense and say, listen, bro, this man can't run our offense. He can't run my offense. Like Hayner, quick decision maker, Rattler got the arm. He's young, but like that's a way, and they would have to look
if he went to him like, look, man, look what San Francisco did with
Purdy.
Purdy from who was the quarterback before Purdy? My mind is just gone, bro.
Trey Lance, who's looking terrible in Dallas. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, move from Jimmy. Look at those 49ers. Move from Jimmy G, who was very similar to Carr, to Brock Purdy. Come on, man, let's go. Change the whole dynamic of your franchise.
And they had the balls. I don't like giving the Niners a lot of credit, but they had the balls to, like, even though they had drafted a quarterback top 3 and traded the farm for him, they knew he wasn't the guy, bro. Like, they knew he was not the guy, and they went with a Mr. Irrelevant because he was the better player.
It's crazy. Like, Trey Lance one of the biggest busts in recent draft history, bro.
Ooh.
Like for the 49ers to just skate past that without any flack at all. Any flack at all. And to their credit, they moved on when they realized it and moved on. And it's just crazy because we saw reports today. You sent me a report today, but this dude, like, 13, bro. I heard Michael Lombardi talking about Trey Lance today. Like, he's heard from sources that
might get cut.
Just don't have it. He just don't have it. Like, he doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like the processing and stuff like that. So, anyway, that's just. But yeah, but Derek Carr leeway, it'll have to be bad. But there's still that thing that's lingering in my mind. Like you talked about his draft when they were looking to move up to get. I'm just bad with names today, bro. Like
Michael Penix.
Man,
that nigga out there throwing that thing, bro. That big ball bitch be humming, bro. Oh, God.
Darts.
Oh, why has he got to be a Falcon, Ryan? Why he got to be a goddamn Falcon?
All right, man, that shit. They've been doing that all my life, bro. All my life, they've been taking players I like.
Yeah,
Pisses me
Julio, Vic. Well, this is before Vic was before I started watching football, but
nah, man, all my life.
Bajan,
even like some of my favorite Saints players would leave and go to the Falcons. Ironhead went there, played for years. Sam Mills went to the Panthers. Bobby Eagle went to the Falcons, but nobody cared. Joe Horn went to the Falcons for a little bit. Anyway.
To your point, all the I don't want to make it a big deal, but I just I think Dave Ziegler, bro, he might be like Palpatine in the prequels, bro. Like just plant the seed, bro. The seed worked, bro. We saw the seed worked. I don't know. The seed worked. They wanted to trade up and draft Michael Penix. So if you wanted to do that in the draft, all I'll say is that if that was already the plan, you've already made up your mind on what you feel about Derek Carr as a player. Like you have, period. Yeah. If that's already there, then and I know it's not going to be an open competition, blah, 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 but that assessment has to be open. You can't go into that assessment being like, we 100%, that's our starter no matter what. And I'm not saying that he's going to get outplayed in training camp by Rattler or by Hainer or anything like that. But if it's close, you got to think about it. The Saints would never do it. I just they would never do it.
I can't wait till preseason because that's when you see who got game. You know what I'm saying? Like practice and all that, that's cool, but you see who got game when the football starts. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait. That's going to be really fascinating.
We're wrapping it up here. Eddie said, y'all see how Olave talked about Rattler? Talked about it earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, just light up, bro. Like you ever before, maybe you had a crush on someone, you just started talking about him, your whole demeanor just changed, but you just got the hearts in your eyes. That's a lot of it. I really hope that Rattler gets his chance to start at one point. It's been nothing but positive news about him all training camp. And I think part of it, too, for us as fans is that because we know what Derek Carr is and who he is as a player, we don't even care that he's a rookie. It might Rattler might not be good at all, bro. But he's just not Derek Carr.
That's it. This most positive attribute.
Is he Carr? No. Okay, start him. But thank y'all for joining. We had a bigger episode. We had a lot to catch up on. We feel like we caught up on it all. So thank you. We still got 27 concurrent viewers on right now, which is a lot for us, even it being late. Average people watching for about 20 minutes for when your people are checking us out. So thank y'all. So we will definitely be doing more, not having such a long gap for training camp updates for our pod. Life was just life. Like I said, took a trip to Texas, spent time with my family. Ryan was busy over the weekend. So shit happens. But we appreciate y'all for being a part of us. We appreciate everyone for the support, being on late, all that. We love it. We truly, truly love it. We know that football season is right around the corner. We got 25 concurrent viewers on right now. Whether it be a Saints win or a Saints loss, bro, I know those live stream recap pods.
Getting it in, boy.
It's gonna be something else. So it's just a place of therapy or a place of enjoyment. Either way, win or loss. But we got y'all covered. Thank y'all for support. Again, if you checked in, listening to this, watching this late, please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening to the audio pod, please 5-star, like, all that, thumbs up, whatever it is, because it truly, truly does help the podcast. So Eddie said Thursday is the Hall of Fame game. Damn. That's crazy.
I see Caleb out there.
Ooh. Oh, the Bears. Oh, the Bears are in it, aren't they? Yeah, because the Saints play on the 10th, right?
I don't know.
No, I do, because they play. Hold on. Their first preseason game is August 10th, which is like right around the corner.
Okay.
Against the Cardinals. I only know that because me and Jay are going to go see Alanis Morissette that night, so I can watch, like, I'll be on the Zoom for like the first quarter going into halftime, and then we head into the Alanis Morissette. Maybe that should be our song for karaoke. I don't know.
And isn't it ironic? I could do that one.
Okay. But anyway, we could do something. We could do something for the karaoke. I think people might pay $1 a month just to hear you saying ironic live. I think come Patreon. $1 a month.
Patreon.com/Saints Block Party.
Or a YouTube member. Just saying. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back. We'll for sure be back this week to do some more updates and recaps of training camp. But we appreciate the support. And with that, we're out.
Peace.